Sometimes it's the smallest components that can cause the biggest trouble. And if something leaks here, in the worst case, the entire vehicle comes to a standstill. Today, our expert Michael promised me we'd talk about a topic everyone knows, but hardly anyone really pays attention to.
Today we're talking about hose clamps. They are installed throughout a vehicle, in intake systems, coolant systems, and in electric vehicles, even on fluid connections. How many of these parts do you think are installed in a vehicle like this one?
No idea. 20, 30, 40?
You wouldn't believe it. There are well over 100 of these connecting elements in every vehicle. They are used for pipes, hoses, and other lines, and there are plenty of differences between them.
Well, that's more than I thought.
That's just a small selection. And as I mentioned, in a modern vehicle, there are well over 100 connecting elements, and these aren't just hose clamps, but also connectors, spring band clamps, and V-shaped profile clamps.
But tell us, for those who may really not know at all, what exactly does such a clamp actually do?
A hose clamp secures the hose to a connector so that no water or air can escape and everything stays sealed. Most importantly, it is designed so that even when the material underneath expands or contracts due to heat or cold, it remains tight. A hose clamp creates a uniform radial clamping force on the hose. This is crucial to prevent leaks and ensure a lasting, tight connection for components. Modern clamps, like NORMA TORRO or NORMA TORRO WF, have an asymmetrical housing. This ensures even pressure distribution and protects the hose.
We have many different types laid out here, but you just told me each has its own specific purpose, right?
Right. Let's start with the TORRO. This is a classic worm drive clamp, which is used, for example, on cooling water hoses or air lines. It's robust, reliable, easy to install, and you don't need any special tools for it.
And what's the difference between this one and the one with this spring here?
Yes, this is not a regular spring, but rather a wave spring. And that's why this clamp is called TORRO WF, which stands for wave spring. It's perfect for areas with significant temperature fluctuations. So, if you have intercooler piping and a turbocharger system, the spring then compensates for the hose's tendency to yield. This phenomenon is called the hose creep effect. And with the TORRO WF, when the screw is tightened, the energy is stored in the wave spring. And this ensures the clamping force always remains constant, regardless of how the hose expands in heat or contracts in cold.
So I know now these very normal hose clamps I use for everything that's not so important. These I use here with the wave spring when it can expand or contract. But what do I do when things get really hot?
Then heavy-duty clamps come into play, like the GBSM here. For example, they're used on thick-walled hoses with high internal pressure. And for the exhaust system, we have V-band clamps, such as the NORMA Connect VPP bridge and the NORMA Connect VQRC. The spring bridge quick release allows installation with just a single screw.
So when the going gets really tough, does a clamp like this make sure that everything functions?
Well, if a clamp in the turbocharger system isn't sealing properly, then it's possible that the pressure will drop, and then you'll experience reduced performance, or in the worst-case scenario, the car will stop completely.
And I'm pretty sure no one wants that. Let's turn our attention to the exhaust system. That's where things also get quite heated.
Yes, then we're talking, for example, about the ARS or about the AccuSeal. The ARS clamps together pipes that are inserted into one another, providing a light but stable connection, and the AccuSeal connects overlapping pipes with a perfect all-around seal. The AccuSeal, through its unique reaction block, provides a complete 360-degree distribution of the clamping force. This effectively prevents any pipe deformation and guarantees a perfectly tight connection, even after numerous temperature cycles.
How hot does an exhaust system get?
Temperatures of over 1,000 degrees are no rarity there. Quality is demanded, especially when it comes to the connection.
Now, one might think this is only an issue for combustion engines, but you told me, even electric cars use many connecting elements.
Well, sure. Electric cars also have coolants, especially in their battery modules. And these have fluid connectors, which also need hose clamps to prevent any fluid from leaking. In modern electric vehicles, special quick connectors and fluid couplings are used. They are pressure-resistant, temperature-stable, and vibration-resistant. Here again, NORMA delivers solutions that are used in the original equipment of the leading manufacturers.
So, Michael, you could also say without these clamps, absolutely nothing works in the automotive sector.
That's exactly how it is. So for every single application, there's a special clamp available. And if just one of these clamps doesn't work as it should, that can cause really big problems. Every clamp is important.